up and create an announcement list for advice or something. You could do if you had some kind of stocks kind of list also. Some kind of internet marketing list where new traffic strategies that come out, you'll announce that. If you could create a list for new products if you want people to know when you release a new product, that kind of thing. And this is a very specialty list that you're not going to just send them emails all the time. They're only going to get it when whatever you said you would tell them about occurs. So you release a new product, or there's some kind of trend in the Forex market, and you shoot out an email and it goes to them. An additional information list. That's pretty self-explanatory. If people just want to find out some more information about a specific product or a technique or something, then they can sign up. They can get more information. A lot of times, these lists, you're not going to hammer them like you would a regular list. The purpose of them is just to deliver something in a way that, whatever you specified initially. A registration list. This is a good idea for getting people to participate and be a little more interactive. Let's say that you have, sold an ebook, and the ebook gets distributed with a temporary password. You actually can configure ebooks so that they're time sensitive. They can use and read it for a week or whatever, and then they need a different password. So what you can do is have that temporary password in there, and then take them to a thank you page and let them know that in order to get the unlimited password, they need to register the product with you. So that's a real good way. That kind of thing, though, for registration, potential JV list. One thing that you will find as you start becoming more and more successful in internet marketing is people do start contacting you for, JV partnerships where they want to work with you on maybe cross-promoting or promoting a new product or something. And what you can do is on your website have, maybe an affiliates page or something, and right on there too you can have a form and let them know this is for potential JV partners. If you're interested in a joint venture with us, please fill out this form, and you can say, we don't have any openings right now, but from time to time we do experiment and explore other opportunities. So something like that, just to start building a list. That way, when you do need it, you can let them know, we don't have anything right now, but we may in the future. And that way, when you do need it, lo and behold, you check out your potential JV list there, and you've got 50 JV partners, people who have said they would be interested in doing something with you, and then that's at least you don't have to start from zero, right? All right, your content. Let's talk about that for a little bit. Your content, the stuff that you send out, bear in mind that this is making you, this is representing you, it's building your business. With that in mind, only promote stuff that actually works. Because guess what? If you promote junk, people are going to perceive you as a promoter of junk. And more than likely, you don't want that. So this is kind of a difficult call because I know a lot of people, they go out there, the goal is they just want to make money. And unfortunately, if that's what you're trying to do, more than likely, it's not going to be so much a success for you. You have to have a goal of building a business, not just making money so you can get a nicer car. You need a goal of building a business because that's what this is all about. So that being the case, when you do promote something else, you want to make sure that it's not junk. You want to make sure that it is helpful, that it works, that it is beneficial to your subscribers. Because when you promote stuff that does work, when you promote stuff that genuinely does help them, then they have like a bond with you. When you promote something that is junk and they try it out based on your recommendation, what do you think that does to your image? It doesn't help it, that's for sure. And that's why a lot of people out there are, real careful about what they promote. They don't just promote anything because they know that it's damaging to their reputation if it's junk. Here is something that you can consider doing. I'm not going to make it a requirement, but I am going to make it a heavy suggestion. Write a full year's worth of emails for like if you have let's say that you have a Excel list, how to use Microsoft Excel, something like that. You have an Excel product that you're selling. What you would want to do, and if you offer to, maybe as your ethical bribe to get them on the list, you tell them that you send out monthly Excel tips or weekly Excel tips or whatever it is. Actually compile, get a whole year's worth of those things already in the autoresponder setup. I know it sounds like it's going to be a lot of work, but listen, it's going to take you a few days to do it, and you're going to be set for a year. So that's going to allow you to focus on other aspects of your business. It's going to relieve you immensely. You would not, you can't even imagine how much so, because you will have that working for you for the next year without having to worry about it. And again, we want to let the personality come through there. So it's not the autoresponder that is doing the selling. It's what you put. It's the content. It's the personality that you put in there. And if you have a whole year's worth, it's just going to be such a big help to you. So you might not necessarily do it for all of your lists, but try to do it at least for one. And I think once you do that, you'll be like, that was a big help to me. So I'm going to sit down and do it for the other ones. Use an unadvertised bonus on your confirmation page. This is a killer over the top, secret. How many people go out and set up an autoresponder and they don't even think of the power of the confirmation page? And what do? They use the one that's supplied by the autoresponder company, like AWeber. Just a default generic page that says, hey, thanks for signing up. Check your email. What a waste. That individual just opted in to they just overcame a huge hurdle. That is the time when you want to hit them up with something else. So go to the trouble of creating your own confirmation page, put it on your server, and give them an unadvertised bonus, something that they didn't expect. You didn't say anything about it, but it's a freebie that's just going to be, beneficial to them. You are building at that point, you're building a very strong trust relationship. They're going to be like, hey, he is just awesome giving me all this stuff. And the next time you send out something for them to buy, they're going to be 100 times more likely to do it. Give your subscribers something that they can give away to somebody else. Why? Because every one of your subscribers will then become essentially an affiliate of, it might even be a free affiliate, like they just work for you. They're your salesperson. In your ebook, maybe you give them an ebook and then you tell them, feel free to distribute this to your friends, because in your ebook, you have links. You have links back to your site. You have links back to products that you're selling and that you're promoting. So you're just giving it to them and tell them, feel free to, give this to friends. Bribe plus traffic equals opt-in. This is an equation that it just doesn't fail. You need to have an ethical bribe. Nowadays, just about everybody has learned you have to give away something in order to get people to opt in. Used to be in the old days, you could get away with it as long as you had an opt-in form. People would come there and they would actually opt in. But now people are getting so much junk mail. Pretty much everybody knows I got to have something to give them in order to get them to opt in. What's going to separate you from the yahoos out there, the small timers, is having a good quality bribe. Something that, they can't just, like, for example, how many times do you opt in to something and what you get is like a 3-page ebook that looks like a kindergartner wrote it, or somebody from overseas and you can't hardly read everything, or it's a 3-page ebook that has 8 pictures in it and 20-point text, so the text is humongous, and it says the same thing like 3 times. Okay, so when you have a bribe like that, when you have an ethical bribe, they judge you based on that first impression. They judge you based on what they get from you. Okay, so he's stingy, he's skimpy, the content isn't really even that good, it didn't teach me much. So they unconsciously associate you with that and the future products that you try to promote and sell to them. So what that means is your product, your free product that you're giving away, needs to be exactly that, a product. It needs to be something that you could sell online because it's that good. It gives them that much information, and the quality of it is very good. What I highly recommend, and anymore now, I don't even think I have any, let me think real quick. I don't think I have any free app. There's one free offer that I have that is still an ebook. All the rest are little video mini courses because that is, that's what works. You just get yourself a copy of Camtasia, PowerPoint, do a presentation just like what I'm talking about here, but you give them maybe a 10-minute, 5 or 10-minute lesson, and if you do a series of those, tell them that they're going to sign up for a 5-day video mini course on, perfecting your racquetball swing, whatever. And the content of it, again, needs to be of the quality that you could sell it. It needs to be that good. So what they do is, in their mind, here's the way it works. If his quality is this good on the stuff that he gives away, I can only imagine about the stuff that I actually have to purchase. So when the time comes and you do send them the opportunity to buy something from you, they're going to jump on it because they're going to be like, his free stuff is so good. I can, I can only imagine what this is going to be like. So the equation, though, is bribe plus traffic equals opt-in. Here's the way that it works. Without either one of those two, you're not going to get the opt-in. So without the ethical bribe or without the traffic, it's not going to happen. They go hand in hand, and so don't try it. If you don't have a bribe, don't bother sending traffic. And if you do have the bribe, if you do have a good product, then you better be sending traffic because it ain't just going to happen. The old adage, if you build it, they'll come. That does not work online, not at all. Just because it's there, I can't tell you how many pages there are on the internet that nobody ever sends traffic to and nobody ever visits. Okay. Location, location, location. What about our opt-in? Where should it go? Well, definitely you want it above the fold, and that would work for a squeeze page and a sales page. Squeeze page, the reason I mention that is because most of the time people are doing smaller squeeze pages now, which is my preference. It's just like one screen. But they can be a little bit on the tall side. You don't obviously want to put it down below where they have to scroll in order to see it. You want to have it right there where they see it and notice it immediately. Also, have an opt-in in line with the content. So if you're talking about a sales page, for example, or you're talking about another, a product page or something like that, have another opt-in form in line so while they're reading, they again have the opportunity to opt in. It's very important that they see this wherever they might get an inclination to go ahead and opt in. Also consider, this is something fairly new that I have seen. I haven't been able to do this on any of my opt-ins yet, but I do have it in the works. Put the opt-in form in the video. I use a whole lot of video in my marketing, and this is one of the things that I'm getting ready to implement here within the next couple of weeks, actually, is creating a video with an opt-in form. Now, that requires a little bit of flash programming, and if you can't do it yourself, if you're not inclined to technical stuff, then you'll have to have somebody on, like rentacoder.com or elance.com do that part for you. But the way this works is not having, and it's still fairly new, okay, so you can get on it pretty quick, but typically what people have, and I'll just draw it for you real quick, typically what they have is a video playing right here, and then name, email address, and a submit button. Okay, but what this is actually talking about is having a video, and it takes up the whole area. They watch the video, and then at the end, a box pops up for them to put their name and email address and the button right there inside the video. It's actually pretty slick. It looks really nice, and it definitely grabs their attention, and it's something that's still fairly new, so it's very effective. Let's talk about the ethical bribe that we're giving away, or the offer itself. Somebody comes to your squeeze page, and what I see time and time again that I got to go over is they're actually trying to sell the product on the squeeze page, and that's a real bad idea. They're trying to make it kind of like a mini sales page, but it doesn't work really. If you get somebody to come to